to another episode of the Holden Village podcast. I am your host, Dev, he, him pronouns, and I am with the Glocal community. Yeah.
Thanks.
Why don't we introduce ourselves?
Sure, I can go first. My name is Grace Koch Muchahary. I was born and raised in India. Pronouns are she, her, hers, and right now I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just graduated with sociology degree last year, 2022. Working, but going back to my master's in leadership program this summer on July.
And my name is Zou Taithul. I am also originally from India, Northeast to be specific. I am also currently living in Minneapolis. Graduated last month, a psychology degree at Oxford University. And I am currently here in Holden Village as a Global Music new member.
Salutissimo. If you are part of the Glocal community, you know who's talking right now. My name is Omar Mixco, and I'm just so happy to be at Holden and to be in this new podcast for us that we are able to build new bridges with beautiful community. And actually, I'm so excited because I know that community of Glocals are listening right now. Here I am, sharing our stories and sharing a new relationship, a new friendship that we are developing in the last 3 years in the Holden Village. So excited. Thank you so much for this beautiful space.
Absolutely. And speaking of the India connection, from 98 to 2002, I was living in New Delhi.
Oh, wow.
You were?
Yes.
Awesome.
So I spent, first 16 years of my life kind of in that part of the world. India is very, very dear to my heart.
Oh, that's
That
so
is
good to hear.
So sweet to hear. Yes.
Awesome.
And you know what? Adding to the India element, I cannot continue this beautiful time and beautiful conversations without mentioning that from India was our mentor and promoter of this global ministry. I need to mention her name is Sunita Morta, who was the director of the desk for mission information in the ELCA back in the time. She will be happy and having a big smile right now listening this conversation. But yeah, she's from India.
Okay, the India connection
Yes.
is boundless.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
We love India.
Yes, then we love Sunita. Sunita is just amazing. And the first time I met her, when I came to know that she was from India, it was just dearest because how she brings all these people together and how the music bond people and worship and just learn so many new things, meet so many amazing people, musicians. It was just amazing time.
Yeah, thanks to the support of the ELCA and trusting in Sunita's vision and ambition, I think that's how we were able to do this ministry for more than 10 years and visited India, playing music in India, Puerto Rico, Germany, 500 celebration, you name it, all over the country. And she is the one that put together all these ideas.
Music is really such a wonderful way for communities and people to come together. Because in ways in which we can't talk about things, music fills the gap.
Yes,
And that feels like that might be a part of some of the Glocal mission as well.
Especially with the Lutheran Church, there was something, you were looking to hear those avant-garde challenge messages, and music always went for one path without talking on a negative way. It is what it is. That's that heritage. But I think Lutheran became to be that and something else that opened a space to bring a different voice in a different instrument besides organ and piano. And that's where the Gocals, I think we were happy to be the voice of the voiceless, to represent the people and where we are coming, from different countries and still US Americans, but representing and not forgetting our roots and where we're coming from.
I totally agree with that too because music is like the dearest to me. Played guitar, I play ukulele, a little bit of piano. So I always try to, when I'm stressed or when I'm like, I don't know what to do, then I always sing or play music music is just dearest. And even in the church, right, when you go sit down, you listen amazing sermons, you listen beautiful message and stuff, and when the music comes in, it makes it more stronger.
Well, I love singing. Like, I don't play instrument, but I do want to learn. However, I have a gift of my voice, like from God, you know. I've been using it in church and, you know, like worship leaders or Sunday school, like worship teams and teaching like kids and all that. And that's what I can bring everywhere I go, you know. I love it because like when I'm sad, when I'm happy, music can express like all your feelings, you know. Like when I'm down, a song can light me up, you know. That's how I take music for me in my personal life.
So beautifully said by all of you. Fantastic. You were mentioning giving voice to the voiceless. Is there any particular scenarios or situations or people that you want to empower?
I was born and raised in Honduras. And I was privileged to bring a couple musicians from Honduras, jazz players. And we did a few concerts in the Midwest. And lucky of us, that university that I'm so well connected right now, next to me, thanks to Grace and Mercy, Osborne College was hosting a Nobel Prize Peace Forum before they were doing that big event in Norway. I couldn't believe when they said, Omar, would you be able to bring your Honduran band to our Nobel Prize Peace Forum? We were representing, at that time, a lot of kids were crossing the border without parents. And Osborne College was having that topic, that conversation open in many forms and in many ways. And of course, the forum of the Nobel Prize was gonna take that topic out on the table, and they wanted some Honduran music, authentic Honduran music. We were able to bring one of our autochthonous music instruments called tambor garifuna. Garifunas are one of the indigenous people that are living in the Atlantic and the coast of the Atlantic in Honduras. I remember that time when we were live in Osborne College doing the Nobel Prize Peace Forum, and we were thinking in our kids coming out from Honduras when they didn't have any other solution more than migrate, like Jesus did, right? If I'm talking with people who believe in or are part of the faith community, that's what Mary did, you know, taking Jesus to a safer place.
Are there social issues in India that both of you are very passionate about?
So there's this really interesting story that happened when pandemic happened. So when COVID hit, people started to say social distancing. I think people should not be calling social distancing because India, we have been experiencing social distancing for ages now. And that is called caste system. The biggest social issue, injustice that's happening in India right now. And I am very passionate about it because I am a scheduled tribe, which is called SD. And we are in the very bottom line, whereas the general people of India isn't very in front of us because there are more people in India who identify and recognize as general. I belong to SD tribe, and I want to bring changes in India. The social issue that's been going on that my people experience in every little things, in every little categories, like example in school, in medical, or like opportunities to work, getting into a good university or like good salary jobs, right? They will be like, you're in the waiting list. There's just so many brilliant people from our tribals, like SD tribes, who wants to showcase that, who wants to bring that in the world, and especially in India, to show that like, hey, give us a chance. But we don't get that. And I really, really hope that we one day will get through that and be like, okay, we all have equal rights, equal space to bring your talents, your things that you want to share with people, you want to learn, you want to teach people and stuff like that. So that's one thing that is like very, very big thing in India is the caste system, and it's a very big social issue. And it's going on right now.
It's crazy all the ways humans create categories.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. We're just human, right? Like we all have the same thing, hand, eyes, everything.
My hometown specific it's in the northeast. It's called Manipur, and so our Manipur state, our chief minister is a non-Christian. And so currently right now he's trying to get rid of Christianity, and our tribals, they are facing weapons and all of that, like gun violence and stuff like that. They burn, like so far, like more than 40 churches are burned. I believe like currently 300 plus people are dead already, and 6,000, 7,000 plus are in refugee camp right now, because the chief minister has been wanting and has been planning to take our land, because our tribal people have 3 main forests that's big, and you know, it's like a wildlife forest, and he wants our land and he tried to get it. And so that's been going on right now. Like, how can human do all of that stuff? So that is something making me like really frustrated, to the point where like my people are suffering right now, you know. And that's definitely our social issues, besides others like small issues that we have that I do want to mention, but it's like I could talk forever, you know. But that's our big main reasons right now.
The summer theme that we have right now is Eden is Calling. What does that story mean to you, and how would you like to talk about that?
Maybe because I love apples. So every time that I see Eden, I see that. Oh my gosh. Can I go and pick up apples there? You can do whatever you want, but do not touch this.
But God, that looks so good.
That's the first one I'm going to try.
Yeah.
That's the one that I want to try. I don't want to try the rest.
We human, right?
Yeah.
Like, do not do that. Do not touch that. That's what we want to do.
Talking about Eden, I think also something that I'm reading here for the material that we're going to be talking about during this week. A member of the Glocal community, a very beloved friend, Benny, who lives in Minnesota. And I want to, maybe later I can name more people, more names, that they are so essential for this ministry, for this collective of musicians. He said, we are the answers of our ancestors' prayers. We are the answer of our ancestors' prayers. Even, I want to believe, even if my ancestors didn't pray, even if they didn't believe in praying, what if they just were thinking, who will be part of my family tree 50 years from now? Even if they didn't believe or they didn't share the same faith that I try to practice now, but I'm sure it's easy to think about who will be part of our family tree. And I do have kids, 7-year-old twins, and I do think about their kids coming, if they decide to have kids. And I'm thinking about their kids. That will make me a grandpa. And that's so good to think. And I do pray for the family that is coming. Eden is Calling could be about seeking relationship with our ancestors to help us to repair, work, and return to the right relationship with creation. I think it's so much to learn and so much to repair.
Our ancestors worked so hard to give us this life, and it's similar to that. Like, Eden is Calling, and it's just like how it says, like, connect with your ancestors, connect with your generation, with your family tree, or with God and everything. It's just amazing. Just being so grateful and thinking very positive. I'm a very positive person.
Eden is gratitude.
Yes.
For sure. Like that.
Absolutely,
I like that.
yes.
That mind frame.
Gratitude.
Yes, that's a good
Yeah.
word. So yeah, I just want to say that I'm very grateful that I'm in Holden Village again this year to share amazing musics with different people and new stuff, and with people from Gocal music. So it's been amazing, and I would love to stay here, and I would love to come here every year.
Well, you are welcome. Absolutely.
You are welcome. Thank you. I think the melody and the rhythms is just a seasoning that we add to our stories. In our music are stories of people who sang songs that mean so much to us, or for a community of faith that we like to highlight. And that's our job, to try to not forget the creators of that beautiful poetry, of that needed poetry. We tried our best to add our accent to those languages. We try our best to share those stories to a specific and diverse community like we have today. And I'm so happy that we are sharing the Holden Village space with other people, with other faith leaders of the Episcopal Church, of the Presbyterian Church, and Catholic Church. I'm just happy to be part of these salad bowl elements, and we just bring the dress in to add a little bit more flavor.
Well, this music is something that our world needed right now. The theme or the topic, I'll say, Eden is calling, calling an instrument used by calling people with our songs and our music, like spiritually and by faith, we could, we could definitely change. Music can definitely change people's life, can bring closer to God, and I think this is a great time to try to invite more people to faith and save a lot of people through music.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
All right.
Preach.